Hello everyone! Welcome. What's going on? Monday night, 23rd of March. Where has the month gone? Onyx, welcome. Chris, how you doing, mate? Matt, what's going on, matey? You okay? I've lost my phone. I had it just, and it seems to have disappeared. Today we're going to be chatting with Shay from Nii Clean. Where could that have gone? I'm sure I heard it vibrate just. Anyway, we're going to be getting the perspective of a pressure washing supplier and potentially manufacturer. I think he's manufacturing his own products. Would you call them manufacturers? I suppose if you're making your own stuff, you're a manufacturer, aren't you? Darren, how's it going, mate? You alright? Mark, Grime to Prime. Daz, what's up? Want me to call it? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Oh, my phone. That might be useful, actually. Yeah, do you mind? I think it's on silent, so I don't know where it is. Is everyone else incredibly busy? Is it going wild for everyone else as well? We've got a 2-month waiting list now. I'd usually like copy and paste and send off like a. Oh, thank you so much.
What was that?
Hello.
Are you?
What?
Was that your plan?
What?
All along?
No, not for you to bring it up. No. So I thought I was just trying to get her to bring my phone up. That wasn't the plan.
That was definitely the plan.
I thought I heard it vibrate up here and it didn't. And I've just now remembered that I left it in the kitchen.
I'm watching you.
Thanks, Soph. Thanks, Matt.
No worries.
Have a good night.
You too.
I'm joining from work, going to be the late one. Oh, nice. Steve, welcome. Stripe. Stacked out, mate. Booked up for 6 to 7 weeks. Yeah. So what I was saying, I normally like copy and paste a message, like a generic message to the customers saying, just to let you know, our lead time is around about 2 or 3 weeks, depending on what service it is. We do this, and this. We don't respond over DM. You'll have to fill out our form, all that sort of stuff. I've had to change that 2 or 3 weeks to 2 months now because there's just no gaps. I was thinking, if it's a little gutter job, we might be able to slot it in there, but they're all big jobs, and the calendar's just stacked. Even now, we're going on holiday tomorrow. The boys are going to carry on. The boys are going to man the ship. And I had a lovely message today from a customer to say how impressed he was at how well the boys tidied up after themselves. And Kieran sort of messaged me or rang me and said, we're just cleaning off the windows with a bit of pure water because we weren't happy with the way they dried. We don't know if it was us or not, or whether it was already there before, but we just wanted to give it a spruce with some pure water. And I was like, that's the attitude. That's exactly what I want. I don't care how long the job takes. I just want the customer to be buzzing and for you to go the extra mile and tidy up after yourself. It's absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for any better. In the doghouse, I know. Exterior essentials, welcome. When are you going away? Tomorrow, 5 a.m. in the morning. A.m. in the morning. Hate it when people say a.m. in the morning, and I've just become one of those people. We're going to... No, I'm not going to be at the Expo, unfortunately, because I've accidentally booked my honeymoon for the same weekend, and I'm devastated. I didn't know at the time, and then Soph said about 2 or 3 weeks later, isn't that the same weekend as the Expo, end of March? I was like, fuming. They're going to drag one job over 5 days. That's absolutely fine. If that's what it takes, and if the customer's happy, that's absolutely fine by me. Should we see if our mate Shay's about? If I join that, and then if I send him, how did I do this last time? Can I send him an invite? Add people? Add people? I don't want to do that. I want to do... I think it's just that. I think it's just that. Do. Right, we'll see if that works. And we'll see if he joins up, I suppose. Let's have a look. Do you think it's worth buying the Moja 1 or paying the extra for the Moja 2? I didn't know they were even selling the Moja 1 anymore, to be honest. I thought you have to get the Moja 2. I wouldn't say you'd need the Pro. If you're doing the same work that I'm doing, I don't think you need the Pro. Personally, I get on with just the Moja 2 absolutely fine. I don't think we'll use the Pro features. Just want to say this is wicked. Just stumbled on your content and I was going through the interview with the 2 lads last week. Then noticed you're live. Great content, locked in. Yes, Stephen, sorry. Yes, mate. That's what we like to hear. Where are you off to for your honeymoon? We're going to... Morzine to do some skiing. I thought it's been years, like over like 20 years since I've last skied, so I thought it was worth trying again. Is it working, Shay? Downloading. Should just be a browser link. Anyway. You went mountain biking there. Oh, really? Yeah, I was looking at some of the Google Earth pictures and it looked very, there was no snow. And I was like, I thought, where are we going to ski if there's no snow? And I realised it only snows a couple of times a year, certain seasons. We've recently won our biggest ever roof cleaning quote. And there's just more coming in as well. We're doing, I don't know why, but people seem to like the idea of us cleaning their roof. Not that we're particularly advertising it that much at the moment, but people are getting in touch for roof cleaning. We've started passing off all of our fascia and soffit work to other people because I just don't want to do it anymore. It's nice to be in that position, I suppose. Big thank you to all the Discord for the advice over the last couple of weeks. Being window cleaner for years, just started pressure washing. Nice, very cool. If anyone doesn't know what Elliot's talking about, we have a private Discord community for paid members only, where you can get all your help and advice. In fact, I've been in there this afternoon helping to identify a couple of different surfaces for someone. So we've got some, even though he's already started cleaning it clearly, but it's got some pattern imprinted concrete. We've got some what I suspect is not porcelain. I reckon this one's travertine, some sort of limestone, judging by some of the things I've spotted here. And how it resembles some of these pictures I found on Google, and also how it resembles the one that I recently cleaned over in Stratford. So these were the before pictures. Lots of deep-seated staining. It turns bright orange after you've put some biocide down on it, which is pretty cool, but the customer gets a bit worried, so you've got to pre-warn them about that. And then afterwards it did start to brighten up, and then a couple of weeks later it gets clearer and clearer as the biocide keeps doing its thing, so that's pretty cool. So there's your before and there's your after. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely getting there. So it's nice to be able to like bring up these pictures of jobs that I've done before that resemble quite a lot like what our mate here is dealing with. That's nice to be able to do, isn't it? Genesis, welcome. Thank you for becoming a boosted member. Welcome in. Welcome on, welcome in. Have you got a code? Ooh. Let's have a look. Do I have a code? Oh, it's locked. Anyone with a link can ask to join. I don't think so. I did this last week for the first time, and so I'm just trying to figure it out. Share screen, reactions, options. He'll be with us soon, everyone. Just calm down. Alright, here he is. Hello, matey.
Hello, brother.
We got there.
We got there. We got there. Apologies.
No, not your fault. Not your fault. I think I've only done this twice. Last week was the first time.
Yeah.
Normally we do it through Discord, but this time I thought I'd do it. I do it through Google Meet because it's easier. But
yeah, and it's good connection there too.
There we go. God, you're a good-looking bloke. I say that every time I see you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No homo.
How do I turn? I wonder if I can turn you up. Have you got a microphone there, or are you just freestyling off your iPad?
No, I'm dual spec, mate. I'm still on the council estates kind of stuff here. I'm not as good as you yet.
No, you're fine. I think actually your levels are perfect. It's just I need to turn my volume up a little bit. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? Are you good?
Incredibly busy. I bet you are as well, aren't you?
Mate, I'm pulling my hair out. Behind you, this is the board that we've got. Just with like that, this resembles none of the orders that we've got sitting at the minute. But that's kind of priority of customers that I'm trying to get out before the show.
You're going to the Expo this week?
Expo this week, yeah. We're leaving Wednesday evening. So we're literally. I'll take you around it here shortly, but we're in the middle of some builds at the minute.
Oh, you can move us around. Oh, of course, because you're on your iPad.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
Perfect. That's why I wanted to do it on the iPad. So apologies to the viewers. I had to wait for me.
No, you're fine. It was my fault.
I want to. I could take you around some of the stuff that we're building and give you a wee bit of an idea of some of the stuff that we're going to kind of be offering this year. You know. That'd be
cool. Have you got access to the live chat? Can you see what people are saying?
I'm just about to pull it up here on the computer.
Perfect.
And mute myself.
That'd be cool.
There we go.
Lovely. Yeah, it's been a bit of a rough start for the year for you, hasn't it? I saw a couple of posts you put on a while back about some dodgy customers.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll turn this heater on. So we get stiffed by some gangster in Bootle. I think that's how you pronounce it. And So yeah, it's actually a well-known address. So this is the problem, Jake, about the cleaning industry that I don't rate. If something like that happens, you don't really hear about it until you get stiffed yourself. And then I kind of leaked the boy's name and the boy's address and kind of get shouted at from a few people. Like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, and you shouldn't. I kind of slagged his wife off in the middle of it too, which I probably shouldn't have done.
I saw about the feet.
But yeah, that's one thing about me that I'll say it straight. Sometimes I say really silly things. I shouldn't say it, but in that occasion, I was a wee bit peeved off that I got stung for $3,000. Leaked the boy's address, leaked his name, and as soon as I did that, there was 4 other cleaning companies that come back to me to say, you would know them. Yeah, we get done by the same address.
Yeah.
And
So just for a bit of context, they've ordered some stuff, it's been shipped, and have they done a chargeback on their card or something?
So it was a stolen credit card. Now what we don't do here in Nii Clean products is we don't actually sell stuff. We don't actually normally take orders over the phone unless the credit card number, unless the postcode matches up with the card number. But when we put that boy's one through, it came up a match. So somehow he knew the postcode of the credit card at the same time as well. So they knew what they were doing there, which was a bit unfortunate and a pretty horrible way to start the year off. But listen, we've got past that, and it is what it is. But just a bummer.
How do you know that? I was just thinking this at the time, thinking, what if they've like ordered the products to someone else's address, and you're putting that online? You know what I mean? And that wasn't his wife. Maybe that was some poor woman that you're slagging her feet off.
It was yours. I don't know, mate. Listen, it was just a risk that I took, wasn't it? It was the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I stuck a video up, and I'm glad I did, because first of all, it raised unbelievable awareness, and I had so many people. I had so many people on. You can still see me, can you?
No, there we go.
I had so many people on that owned like other wee businesses and family-run places that had got stiffed a couple of months prior to this, and were really, really struggling mentally with like, how can we take a hit of $2,000? Like,
yeah.
And it was actually a really, really nice guy who rang me and was just like, Shay, I watched your video the other night. Like, what are you doing about it? How are you going to overcome that? And I was like, listen, sir, all I can do is, first of all, put out there that no other cleaning company like PWS or One Clean Warehouse or Streamline or any of the other guys would have the brain to go, right here, that's the address that Shay shipped to, don't ship to it. But he was like, he shipped off like, I think it was like $30,000 of sheep shearers is what his family business, where they were sheep shearers. They filled a pallet and shipped it to England, and then all of a sudden chargeback.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, yeah, well, listen, that's our second time getting stung here at Nii Clean Products. Our first one was Christmas 2 years ago, $12,500 of skybacks. 12.5 G's. And I was sitting down with, it was actually, when was that? It was like a couple of days before Christmas, and I remember my phone went, and I looked at it, and it was like chargeback for like 11,800 quid, and I was like, what? I didn't even know what chargeback meant.
The banks can't. You can't go to the bank and say, look, this is clearly a scam.
Nah,
that's insane.
That's the scary bit. Is that if you run a business and you're taking credit card payments, and it's so hard because like you've got so many exterior cleaners that just they might not have the money, but they have a credit card and they've got $1,000 on it that they can spend, you know, and like, oh, I just need to stick it on my credit card, Shay, and it, like I don't ask any questions. Who am I to judge that? It's not judging. It's a credit card, you know. Here, no problem, stick it on it, you know. But yeah, it's just one of them things. You know, if you pay one, let's say for instance that customer paid £1 on his credit card, and then 899 quid on debit card. Technically speaking, he could get the full amount back because he paid £1 on the credit card.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? You know, but the credit card companies just completely take a step back from just, nah, listen, it all goes to the customer, you know, which is so unfortunate, you know, but
I've been over the years I've been dabbling in different ventures and stuff, thinking you know, I've got a little bit of I suppose I've got a little bit of a platform now, like maybe now's the right time to start thinking about selling a product or some merch or something to just there's all sorts that I've thought about, and I thought there's these very particular small niche products that I think would do really well, and I've got a good platform to put those products out there. But then as soon as you delve into it ever so slightly and start looking at making websites, making an online store, and then you've got the shipping, and then you've got all the weights and before you've even considered returns, chargebacks, customer service, like you can't just start. I've realised you can't just start a little shop and have it sort of be like a passive income. It's like it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
So for someone like yourself that packs and picks and ships orders, and meanwhile you're trying to build equipment as well, one-off van mounts and all that sort of stuff for people, I can't imagine how busy you must be.
Listen, we're very blessed, Jake, as to the position that we've found ourselves in. And don't get me wrong, extremely hard. But and one thing that I find really hard is that my level for myself and my level for where I want my business to be is at the roof. So when I slip up slightly and a customer's annoyed, or a customer doesn't get his package in time, and I'm sitting here pulling my hair out, really want to impress, because I actually was thinking about this just before me and you come on. You see the amount of first-time customers that I've had this year so far. Mental.
You've seen a huge uplift, have you, like this year?
Mental.
Really?
Bunkers. Like nuts. But it's nearly like going on a first-time date with each one of them. Like, if you don't impress that person, you're not going to get them back. And I need my customers, which is why there's so many cleaning companies in the industry. But it's something that we really push on, is that customer service. Like that's the WhatsApp phone. So there's one phone here at Nii Clean Products, which is what I always want there to be, one phone. But the guys out there are always on WhatsApp. But I want to have control of that bad boy, because as soon as somebody calls, they're either going to get Stevie or they're going to get me. And very few places can actually buy equipment, have it shipped to their door, and then go, oh, Jakers, how do I start this thing? And all they need to do is go into WhatsApp and click the button, FaceTime me, and go, yo, Shay, and they'll either have me at the end of the phone, God bless them, or they'll have Stevie. You know,
that's huge.
And that's kind of where I really want to keep the business. I want to grow it, Jake. I want to grow it 10 times more than it is. I want to be where I want Nii Clean Products to be, is equipped to clean, but quality.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And I don't mean that rudely, but like, if you're an exterior cleaner and you're starting out the business, you will come across equipped to clean and you'll just go, that's class, boom, cop. You know, good washer.
I don't know, their advertising budget must be insane, because it's non-stop on my feed.
Yeah, they're good. But listen, their turnover last year was 10 million. They're an outfit, and they have some really smart people behind it. The only thing they're lacking slightly is, I believe, possibly quality. I'm maybe wrong in saying that. That's maybe wrong of me to say that, but I just get a pile of their stuff in to change and alter and adapt.
It directly lines up with my experience with their products. I've had a few of their products. My first 15 litre per minute machine, my first big machine, just no end of issues with it. unfortunately, and it's a shame. That was my first sort of sponsorship on my channel, and I thought, God, like for this price point, I can get into the industry, and like this, yeah,
the prices are good, you know. You definitely can't knock them for that, and they know their stuff. You know, they do know their stuff. They're a smart bunch of guys, and I would never ever run another company down because that's just not the way we do it here. But if I was like, they're doing everything right. The only slight thing that I can see is just the quality of it.
Or even if they didn't do anything with the quality, if they just sorted out the after sales experience, I still get messages saying I've had a terrible experience with Clean because I've bought something, it's broke or it's not quite right, and I just can't get anything out of them. They're just not putting it right.
Listen, again, who am I to judge? There's going to be not loads of people, I would say there's probably, I don't know, maybe 50 people out of the whole world that will say they had a bad experience with Nii Clean products. You know, and I'll be humble enough to say that, you know, you're like, with the amount of people that we're pulling through here now, and we're tiny compared to like When the Cleaning Warehouse and Equip to Clean and most of them big hitters, like, we're tiny. But listen, you're going to have customers that are not happy, and you're going to have customers that are not happy with your products. But again, that'll make your product better. You know, like I'll show you out here. We've just had another new batch of poles in. They are poles with the hex pole. Remember you seen them last year, the hex poles? So they've got like 8 sides to it. So we had this is one thing, Jake, about
your poles are rubbish though, aren't they? I've heard.
Who said this?
I'm not going to mention any names. Look, I'm not putting anyone's name out there.
I just come to banner across.
Yeah, just some keyboard warrior.
Listen, some people will not rate our polls. Some people will rate our polls. But what my goal is that I need feedback to make them better. Mm-hmm. The problem that I've got is in the island of Ireland and in the island of Northern Ireland, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care what you call the country, we tend to, let's say me and you went out for dinner, right? I don't know what an Englishman is like compared to me, but if somebody come over to me, well, I'm pretty straight, to be quite honest with you. If you will know, any of my workers will know, if I don't like calling them workers either, any of my guys will know if I'm unhappy with what they're doing, because I will go, mate, you did that wrong. That was pants. You know, that was really, really crap. What the frig did you do that for? I'll just be really straight with it, and I'll tell you if you're wrong, and I'll tell you if you're not. But like most people in Northern Ireland, if you went out for dinner and you had a steak and you asked for it well done and it came out and it was a wee bit raw, you would just eat it anyway. And then when the waitress comes over, you're going, ah, frig this place, I'll never be back in here again. And the waitress comes over and goes, hi, how was your meal? Oh, lovely. Oh, it was class.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like,
disingenuous.
Just come back to me and say, here, don't really like that, really love that. You could do with changing that a wee bit, but that's the problem. It's just that you don't really get that feedback until you've got a couple of people that would rant, here, do you need another such and such? No, I don't like the way that was the last time. Chickers, you told me it was class the last time you were in. You know, so that was one thing. I've had probably a couple of people on to me just about our polls. I would say about a dozen now. Listen, we've pumped out around about 3,000 or 4,000 of these polls so far, and I've had.
Sorry to interrupt.
Right,
I would say you're in quite a unique position, because didn't you start, or are you still running an exterior cleaning business at the same time?
Yeah. Well, that's so basically we've got Nii Clean Services, which is where this business was born from. So you've got Nii Clean Services. That's what my father started. My father actually used to work in a church and couldn't actually fund me. I used to be a cyclist, so I used to race for Ireland. I used to race all over Belgium and France and Italy and wherever the frig we were every weekend, which is what my dream was when I was a kid. And then my dad physically didn't have the money to keep me going. It was like 2 or 3 grand every weekend you went away. Like, you know, it was
That's
nuts.
crazy.
It was nuts. You know, and a new bike, 8 grand, a new set of wheels, 2 grand. You know, it's like pressure washing on steroids.
I was going to say, it's not just the pressure washing industry that it's expensive. Then
It's not. So he couldn't physically fund me. So we started up a window. That's what he started doing, window cleaning. He went, "What's something that I can churn cash at easy?" And he Googled. My dad's just a real entrepreneur. Like, if anybody has met my dad, they'll go, "Checkers, that man does not stop. Like, he doesn't stop, Jake. It's not." But long story short, he ended up starting a window cleaning business and found out that, right, okay, if I really work my ass off, I could make another £500 or £600 every week. Now that was only on 2 days. That was only he had a Monday off and a Saturday off. So on a Saturday off, he went to Whitehead and cleaned windows, and then came back and then did that again on a Monday when he had that off, just to provide for me.
What a role model!
What a role model! Yeah, what a role model, and that's why I work so hard here, because I just want this to work so bad, so that in 20 years' time I can buy my dad a villa in New York and just go get to frig out of here, go and live. So he started that, and then he basically, when a customer said to him, "Here, do you clean UPVC?" "Oh, never cleaned it in his life." "Oh, I have died." "Oh, no, I didn't do PVC." And then do you do roof cleaning, and then do you do pressure washing, and And now we've got six or seven full-time teams out there doing roof cleaning, soft washing, UPVC cleaning, which is where here started with, because we got too big for the house. And then we seen this unit, and it was way out of our price range. And my dad was like, "Right, listen, we need to try and do something." But there was a showroom out the front. I'll take you around it in a minute, let you see it. And he was like, "What would we do with that? Like, what are you going to do when the boys go out in the morning? Like, are you just going to sit there and twiddle your thumbs? What could we do?" And he's like, "Should we start up like selling the equipment that we use?" And I was like, "Geez, that's smart." Now it took a year of hemorrhaging money to actually make it work. But now that's what we do. We sell the exact equipment that we use every single day. So I know that the stuff that I sell works.
That's what I was getting to, because what a unique position to be in. Then you've tried all the stuff and you've landed on stuff that you like. Yeah. And then to be able to honestly recommend that and then sell it to someone else is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I suppose it's allowed you to weed out the stuff to avoid as well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff at different price ranges. Do you agree with this? I feel like, from what I've seen of the industry, it seems like you really do get what you pay for. Is there anything that you've found that is very good value for money, or does everything that is quality and it's effective, does it all end up being expensive? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. The answer to your question is that I believe personally, there are a lot of products that you could buy for the same dough that are as good. Sorry, there's a lot of products that you could buy for a lot cheaper that are as good, but it just completely depends.
Because if you take like a low pressure hose reel, for example, that seems to be the big one that people just can't find. A cheap alternative to a low pressure hose reel that doesn't fall apart and that actually works. There's no, it's either it's cheap and it's rubbish, or it's super expensive and it actually works. And I suppose it's probably similar to a high pressure hose reel. It's similar to pressure washers, pumps, potentially things like water fed poles, I suppose, power poles, roof cleaning equipment. It seems like you can't find a cheap alternative, because when I came up and I thought I'm going to do everything on the cheap and I'm going to try, I was a bit of a bodger, really, and I was a bit of a tight ass. I didn't want to spend any money.
But you have to be at the start, don't you?
Yeah.
You haven't got 2D to rub together, so you have to.
Yeah, and all that stuff that I tried to cheap out on, eventually got got replaced for something that I knew I needed from the beginning.
Yeah. You're totally right. Now, like, one thing that I've come across is that we buy. Listen, see a lot of products. Like, nobody understands this. Comet, Interpump, Honda, China.
Mm.
You know, and every time I say China, I just think of Trump.
China.
China. You know, 90% of stuff is from China. Unless you've got your V16 controllers, which are Spring, which are UK. You've got
Reverby pumps, they're Italian, aren't they?
Italian. You've got an A&R's Italian too. But Comet was normally an Italian pump. Sorry, Comet may still be Italian. I may be wrong in that. Comet is still Italian, but Interpump moved from Italy to China recently. You know, so and people think China quality is bad. No, it's just what you're buying. You know, like I deal so much in talking with my suppliers, and like we buy a lot of our fittings from China, like our 1/4 inch to 1/4 inches and our 3/8 to 3/8 and stainless steel fittings. Like they are incredible, really, really good. And like you say, like, are you gonna get? You just have to buy in bulk to make it any worthwhile.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of like exterior cleaners can't do that, because like, you're not like, I'm buying like 500 3/8 high pressure females at a time. You know, that's like let me calculate it for you. It's like $3,000.
Yeah, just on fittings. One very specific fitting.
One fitting.
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts. You know, but it's just where you get it from, Jake, and it's where, like you say, do you get more than what you pay for? Like if you buy a fitting off me at £12 and you go to anywhere else and buy it for £14, is it going to be a better fitting? Probably not. No, but like if you go to somewhere else and buy a high pressure pole, will it be built different than ours? Probably, because we've spent the time figuring out what's the best hose and what's the best angle adapter and what's the best quick release fitting.
Yeah.
It's all kind of compiled to make it right. You know.
I was just wondering if there's any products that you think might have slipped through the net. They're still relatively cheap, but they offer a lot of value. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't quite caught up yet, price wise. But I'm putting you on the spot with that question, maybe. Do you sell?
What would one of yours be?
I think the little backpacks, the little 12-volt backpacks.
You mentioned that to me. Yeah.
Oh, that was a while back, wasn't it? I still think they're decent value for money for what they are. They're a relatively simple bit of kit. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the amount of people that buy them, and that's one thing that kind of we score at now, is just that our marketing is decent. I wouldn't say our marketing's great yet. It's getting there, but the likes of our big boy backpacks with chemical pumps cannot keep them in stock. Because I was thinking, what's the next step up? You've got the backpack that you can put your pure water through, but as soon as you go to something that's got like suitable for chemicals, in theory the price just jumps to, it's going from £100 up to £400 or £500, potentially even higher. What are the big boy? So you've got a big boy backpack that's got a chemical pump already in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that took us a wee while to actually properly get it right. That it's actually working pretty good. Now ours are like, we have sold probably, and let me actually check. I'll tell you.
How much are they?
They're $250 plus the VAT.
Okay.
And I still haven't had one back near me.
Mm-hmm. And is that hypo, acid, biocide?
Hypo, biocide, TFR.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Can you put sealer through it?
One thing that I haven't tried, but I'd say if it's taken hypo, like
you'd have thought so. Yeah.
Sealer's nowhere near as corrosive as hypo, but it might be a wee bit stickier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, listen, I could get you one and you could try it for me and let me know. That'd be the easiest thing to do. My only problem is at the minute is stock, because we've grown that much inside the last 2 years that it's only everything in this. I'll take you a walk around in 10 minutes or so, but everything in this place runs off this brain, and that's the hard bit. Like, you've got window cleaning warehouse, you've got probably the guts of, I don't know, maybe 50 staff. I would maybe be silly even saying 50. It could be way more, you know. But I just know that the guys that I deal with that are sitting in an office that are not actually putting their hand to a piece of equipment to make it go out the door. Like, the office staff there is nuts. Like, I deal with Mike out there, and it's nuts. The amount of people they've got is absolutely bonkers. Like, here runs off really tight knit. You've got myself, you've got Stevie, who's head of sales as well. You've got recently we've another business up the road, but we've kind of a wee bit slow at the minute, so we've brought the manager down a bit to kind of help me process stuff here. And then we've got our digital sales guy Harry, who kind of is working on our websites and our deals. And
what's your other business up the road?
We actually manufacture popcorn and candy floss.
Really?
Yeah, I must get you some for the kids, actually.
That's a totally different world.
Completely different world, which was probably one of the most silly things that we ever did. Going from cleaning industry to popcorn and candy floss. But it was an opportunity that we seen, and I was like, right, listen, if this works, you could make a clean fortune at it. Now, we're 3 years in and we're a heck of a lot of money deep, but it still hasn't panned out yet, which is a wee bit worrying, but listen, you have to push on, yeah.
This is just a bit of a question for me personally, really. Would you say that you're in a position that you could step out of the business now and it would still run for like a month without
nowhere
you?
Close to it. I'll button before you even finish it. Nowhere close to it. No. Nowhere close to it, mate. But like, we will get there.
Is that what you want? It would be nice, wouldn't it, to not have to, that key man risk of having to juggle all the different jobs yourself and being able to actually delegate tasks to other people where they're trained up to the point where they could actually take over, not just fight fires and manage, but actually thrive.
Yeah.
Without you there.
Yeah, it is, but we are growing too fast for either myself, my father, my mother, or anybody to take their eye off the ball. You know, that's our problem is, like, if we were sitting right now in the position that we were in last year, 100% I could go and spend a week in Barbados.
Why is it so much different?
Just we're growing so much. You know, we're growing so much.
Do you think the industry is growing and you're following along with it, or do you think you specifically have seen crazy growth?
No, I wouldn't be big. I wouldn't be big-headed enough to say that it's me.
Are you seeing like your peers in other businesses, other suppliers, are they growing massively as well?
Our supplier of our pressure washers, yeah, they are growing massively. They've got 600 washers on order at the moment. 600 washers. You know, but I do believe it is an industry that's grown massively. Last year, valued at 1.2 billion.
The industry.
Yeah. 1.2 billion. The exterior cleaning industry was valued last year at 1.2 billion. Now, that's the bit that annoys me about on the forums when boys are saying, oh, there's no work, and oh, Sally, start up window cleaning 4 doors down from me, that's going to put me out of business. No, it's not, James. Flip and get your finger out your bags. It's not, me. Keep pushing. You know, like there's days that we're standing up in there and Dad's saying to me, son, we've got work for 2 more days, and then we've no work for eight teams. And then I'm looking at him and going, and he's looking at me and going, just push on. You know, hire. Just get people in, turn them over. If they're good, they're good. If they're not, keep the thing. That's hard. That's the really hard thing in the exterior cleaning business, is getting people, getting the right boys,
the ones that care.
And you'll never, you know, because it's not their dough and it's not their baby. But like Smout Exterior Cleaning, do you think that if you brought a new boy in the morning, he's going to care as much as you do. Absolutely not. You know, they don't.
I'm very lucky in that.
Your boys are good.
Yeah, I've just hired Kieran, and he's my brother-in-law, and he's an absolute grafter. And you don't often get a grafter who's got great attention to detail, but he's both, and he cares because it's my brother-in-law and it's my business. Very, very rare.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But then it can go bad at the same time.
How?
Can go bad at the same time. Can go bad at the same time. You know, but that's one of our things is just that if we were on site, like there's never when the business was smaller than what it was, and myself and my dad were on site, and he took a team and I took a team. There was not one day that went past where you were not nailing jobs, just like £1,000 job, bang, done by 2 o'clock, out the gap. Another £1,500 job started before the end of the day, you know. But when you take a step back from that and you're running that from a central point office, and you're telling 2 boys to travel an hour and a half that way and do a roof clean worth 450 quid, that by the time they come back, if they get back for 5 o'clock, which realistically they should have 2 jobs done in a day, but like if it just spills over, you know, it ends up you hemorrhaged all that day, you know. But if you were with them on site, they'd have the job nailed for 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. But you're just trusting that you've got 2 boys going to site and nailing the job for you.
They're getting a roof done by midday.
Well, I myself would do 2 council houses in one day, scraping them.
Really?
Yeah.
From a tower or from the roof?
From ladder? No, we never set foot in the roof, mate. That's one of our big things. One of our massive things. We do not set foot in the roof. You know, we're currently, I'll not explain too much, but we're currently in the middle of a legal thing where one of our employees did go onto a roof that he was told not to go onto and fell off it, you know. But yeah, I think a couple of YouTubers have that same sort of problem, you know. But that's the problem with the industry. It's just the trust that you have. It's scary. It's scary when you've got boys that you've got at risk. It's not easy.
How are you doing those roofs so quickly?
So if I was myself and my father, when we were on site, we would have been doing at least 2 council houses a day each. So we would scrape the roof down from the ridge into the gutter and then spray the roof with a chemical biocide. You know, so I would have a council house done from 9 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning to 12:30 in the afternoon. Take 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, 10 minutes break, straight back up to the next one.
Are you doing that from a tower?
No, that was ladder, because we were moving so fast. Now, ladder, you're not supposed to be on it for a prolonged period of time due to HSE is what they say, but like nobody can actually put on that what a prolonged period of time is.
Have you got like a standoff on the ladder, or are you resting against the gutters and then climbing up and?
Yeah, well, ideally we would put standoffs to the customer's wall just below the gutter.
Yeah.
Keep off the gutter.
Have you got like a step to stand on, or are you literally just hooking over the rungs with your feet like a crow?
No.
Honestly, my first roof scrape, I did a section from the ladder, and my feet, by the end of it, I felt like a bird on a perch. My feet were curved over like this.
How did you set your ladder up? Did you set your ladder up? You were standing on 2 runs or 1 run?
I can't remember.
Probably 1 run. So if you put your ladder up to a position where you only put the first section up enough that you've got 5 or 6 runs.
Oh, I see.
The second run up that it gives you a bit more of a
so
level.
you've got 2 next to each other rather than
you've got 2. Yeah, you've got 2 like that, and your feet are standing on it. Yeah.
That is graft to be doing that from a ladder, but I mean, impressively quick.
And don't I know what? Yeah, it might. It's not really that. It's not really that hard for us now that we know the right technique to do it. You know. But likes of you, I've seen you do roofs before. You're on the roof and you're scraping it by hand, and you get every single last.
We try.
You know, you do, but now you boys are tight with it. Like, what our aim is in a roof clean is that we get 90 to 95% of the moss growth off the roof. And then we spray it with the chemical biocide, just like anybody else would normally. But like our results that we get they're very good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of how much moss you get off the roof, once you biocided it, it's still going to look the same in 6 months' time anyway. It's just, I think we go through the extra effort because we take all the pictures and videos and we want that wow factor, I suppose. But what sort of scraping setup would you use? Obviously, one of your maybe hex poles.
Hex pole, we've got our guys running just either standard 9 poles or hex poles and scraping kits on that. So nine scraping head and then your scraper on top of that, just depending on what tile it is.
And for the majority of profiled tiles,
yeah.
are you using the profiled scraper head, or are you using like brushes or flat scraper heads? Like, what do you find that works the best? Is it that profiled scraper for that specific tile every time?
Yeah.
And what about when you go off at an angle?
Well, let me take you. Let me put my coat on. I'll start running you around the place.
Because I've always been curious about people that use these big scraper kits, and as soon as you get past around about 30 degrees off center, you're not at the right angle at the roof. So I've always been curious about that.
Let me show you, brother. Let me show you. Right, so.
Oh, it's a big place.
Yeah, we've actually hopefully we've got a new place coming very shortly. Right, so let me see. So let's straight ahead. Right, so let's say this is your insert that goes down into section number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
This is actually one for an air pool. So you've got that, and then standard, you've got your blade, your scraping head double bolt.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're scraping a roof. So right at this second, you're scraping in front of you.
Yeah.
Now, most guys do not know this, but all that you need to do when you are starting to reach over that way too much is loosen this bolt where my index finger is pointing to here, right?
Yeah.
Loosen that bolt and spin that way. Right? Okay? So that's just turned your scraper like that. And then all you need to do is loosen off your bolt and turn that like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I've always been thinking about it flip the other way.
Flip the other way. No, well, that's the way I would do it. If I'm standing on a roof now, I can reach way over this way and still get a really clean pull on the tile.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's all listen, we run roof cleaning courses, Jake, and listen, we get slagged for everything that we do by certain people, you know.
Well, there's only one person that's allowed to run a roof cleaning course in this industry, and it's not you. I'll tell you that for a fact.
We're not good enough. But that's what I believe that we bring to the industry is just that, listen, we've been doing it that long that you might not have all of the friggin' bells and whistles that some of the other guys offer, but we offer real life scenarios. We offer real life pricing. You know, we offer our guys that come into our courses, we're able to walk them around exactly what can happen wrong, and if it then does happen, how do you solve that problem? You know, like last year, let me see what year we were, 26. I think it was 20 when I was still on the tools, so it would have been 22. One of our teams set up an acid bowser. Let me see if we got any. Yeah, let's take you over here. Can you flip this bad boy around?
Not sure.
Oh yeah, you can. Savage.
Hey.
Let's go. So one of these acid bowsers, right? And he set this up behind the van, okay? When he set it up behind the van, he went and done a full soft wash job, and then when he came back to the customer's yard, it was a 400-meter long tarmac lane, and the bowser, the hose split on the bowser, and hypo ran the whole way down a tarmac and turned the whole lane sheet white. Now, if it was the whole lane, it would have been better, but it was just like, you could just see the runs the whole way down. So that cost my dad about $8,000 in paint.
Oh, he had to go back and tarmac seal it.
To paint this guy's yard. It was a complete and utter disaster, but like that and that in itself, when we do our next software course is coming up in April, May, I think it is. Like that alone is like such good information that we wish we knew at that point. See if you let hypo touch tarmac, mate, you're snookered. You know.
Yeah, you see all these videos of the driveway leading down towards the road, and people are spraying loads of hypo all over the driveway, and it's just running over that tarmac path down into the road, and you think, dilute it, come on, what are you doing, dilute it, like, and it's just gonna, you just know they're not going to show that bit at the end because they've stained all the tarmac.
You know, but that's the part, that's just part of the learning curve, which a lot of boys don't understand. Like, you're gonna lose money if you don't learn how to do this right. And there's loads of people that can teach you how to do it right. You don't have to come to Nii Clean products for you to learn how to do it right. There's loads of people that you'll be able to turn to.
Yeah, I think there's an infinite amount of things that could go wrong, and a lot of it does come through experience, but definitely hearing other people's losses could potentially save you, know, lessons.
A lot of money. A lot of dough. A lot of dough. Like, if we'd have known about half the stuff that we've lost dough on, it's very, very, very preventable.
Yeah.
Very preventable.
While we're talking about the course, have you got any roof cleaning courses coming up?
We have roof cleaning course coming up on the 9th of May. Let me check my thingy. Pretty sure it is.
Are they booked up? Have you got spaces?
No, we've got some spaces left there at the minute, so we do. This is the problem, Jake. I end up not promoting these things because I'm that busy, and then I'm going like 2 weeks before it. Oh crap! I've still got like 8 spaces available, and then I promote it for 2 weeks, and then it just completely fills up, which is incredible, and I thank everybody for that. 11th of April is the next one. So Saturday, the 11th of April, I've actually got 2 customers coming over, one from Aberdeen and one from England. So it's really good. It offers quite a bit for the customer. They're able to come over and either get their van kit out on the same time, and we give them discount, obviously, off their order that they place after the course, you know. For a customer like that that's coming the whole way over from Scotland or Aberdeen or England, we would just say to them, right, we could offer you the discount before you come. Mm-hmm. You could place the order, and then when you come over, we could fit your van out, and then you can do the course, and then you'll not have to like come back over again to get a kit out, you know.
Can people from England order stuff from you at the same price, or do they have to pay like extra shipping stuff?
We cover all that.
Oh dear.
We cover everything. So if you buy something from here, like, you might have to pay like £3 more for the shipping, but yeah, it's £3, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you say predominantly most of your sales come from Ireland?
No.
Really?
No, UK. No, UK. That's another thing, Jake, that just really hurts us, is actually having services, the business side of that, having Nii Clean services really hurts us, because I know it is just that you're having one-man bands around the country, just like, frig them boys, because, you know, they're taking up all the work. But like, that's not what we're out there to try and do. Like,
I see. They won't buy from you because you're in the exterior cleaning industry as well.
Yeah. We've a lot of that here, and that's a lot what Northern Ireland and Ireland in itself is like, you know. But it's listen, we will just always do our best to make sure the customer's right, our customer, and make sure that they're just taken care of in whatever they do, you know.
It's unfortunate, this whole the way that people see each other in the industry as direct competition and stealing each other's work and stuff. I think it's a really bad mindset to have, because there's so much money out there.
It's one thing that I really want to kind of attempt to change. Now, it nearly sounds as if I'm one of them people that was like, don't put any litter in the sea, because you're not going to change anything, mate. You know, it's completely contaminated already. But it's one thing that I hate. That's the only thing I hate about the industry, is that And it's maybe, Jake, it's maybe just the fact that we're in it so much that we can see it. You see the slabbering that goes on in the industry. Oh, boys, come on. Like, I'm 26, 26, 25, 25. I'm 25, and I just know, boys, why are we all giving each other grief?
You're 25?
Yeah.
I thought you
No,
were... No, nothing to do with the way you look. I just you seem like you've got a lot of life experience.
no, listen, I'm just, I just attempt to learn things quickly, you know, and, but like, it's just one thing that really annoys me about the industry is just the slabbering that goes on behind boys' backs, and boys, just be straight with it.
Mm.
You know,
I think it's a lot of why I came off the Facebook forums, because I just...
That's the problem. You have to be off them.
It was just pissing me off the way that you'd see some honest newcomer that was...
Some or critter just looking to know how to make a pound.
Yeah.
Somebody grief for it, like.
He asks a perfectly reasonable question that I've probably asked myself back in the day when I first started, and then he gets absolutely hounded by all of these people putting little laughing emojis. Someone had left streaks in some Tarmac the other day. I'm off them. I don't comment on them anymore, but I occasionally see them pop up on my feed, and just people absolutely clowning him in the comments. And I just thought, this guy's asked a very simple question. He's probably got a blocked nozzle on his flat surface cleaner. Why can't we just help him?
Why can't we just help that guy? The man has probably got a family sitting in the house, and the man's just trying to make an honest pound. You know, that's my girlfriend texting me there, just saying, glad we discussed this. And I actually was walking down the road the other night going, mad that I'm 26. And she looked at me and went, what? I'm like, mad that I'm 26. Like, she's like, you're 25. I'm so bad, mate, with dates and numbers. I'm pretty good with numbers. I'm just crap at, don't know her birthday. Can't remember my own birthday.
My son asked me earlier this evening when my birthday was, and I said, oh, I don't know. I know it's in a couple of days. And he said, what do you mean you don't know when your birthday is? He's 11. And I was like, I think it's the 25th, so it must be, it's Wednesday, I think. Is that right? Wednesday? Yeah.
Someday soon.
Yeah. It starts to mean less when you get older, doesn't it, I suppose? But
wait, you know, 38, 36, 37, 38?
I'm 30. See, even now. I think I'm 33 now, and I'm going to be 34. I was born in 92. So what's that?
You've got a couple of wins too, haven't you? You've a couple of kids.
Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah.
Fair play. But no, back to that. Yeah, that's just one thing that annoys me with the industry. I hate the bicker and I hate the slabber, and that's one thing that I will always kind of attempt to nail in the bud. You know, is just if a customer comes in and it's talking bad on another supplier, it's just whoop.
Yeah, even though we just spent the first couple of minutes slagging off.
No, I'm not slagging.
No, I'm only joking. I'm
just trying to say, their market is incredible. Their marketing is absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they are very good. But I just see a lot of my customers coming in with stuff that they can't get fixed, and it won't get fixed, and it's just like, you should have bought off all that.
Yeah, it's the trouble with buying something cheap and Chinese that's pre-assembled. It gets shipped in, and then you come to want to service it or get spare parts for it because it's broken, and no one really wants to touch it because you either can't get the parts or, well, I suppose that's the only reason, really, isn't it? Because you'll service and repair anything else, I suppose, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there's stickers on there saying clearly cleaning roofs off ladders is took its toll.
That is impressive, I will say. How many teams have you got then? How many lads have you got on the road?
So I'm pretty sure that we're down there at the minute. We've lost a good few guys. We're doing it, I think, maybe 4 full teams, so 8 to 10 men at the minute. Yeah, 8 to 10 guys.
Are you managing that as well as managing the shop?
No, thank God I'm not, mate. Thank God I'm not. It's more my dad and then Dylan's operations manager there. And they kind of get the guys out in the morning and take care of jobs and customers, and then we've got a full-time sales guy, Charlie, who deals with every single inquiry that comes in the door.
Do you have any insight on that, on running a large team of exterior cleaners? Because I think that's the natural progression for most people, is they think, okay, I'm busy, I need help, I'll get another labourer. I'm missing an opportunity here because I'm busy, and I could have another van on the road with another guy, and then you get another van on the road with another guy, and then you think, oh, I could do a window cleaning round now as well, and we could start covering all the services, gutter clearing, roof cleaning, window cleaning, and you could just... Would you say that expanding and having more teams was a shift in a positive direction, or would you say it's added a lot of stress to the business? Is it? I mean, surely it's increased sales and income. But absolutely. But you always have to remember that if you double in teams, you do not double in profit. Right. Can you speak more on that? Because that's a big misconception for most people, isn't it? Yeah. So put it in perspective of council house roof clean. We would do a council house roof clean 450 quid. Right. If me and my dad went to it, we would easily do 3 a day. That's wild to me. 3 roof cleans a day is wild to me, regardless of how many people you got with you. Would you not do that? No, when it's just a council house. We'll do. Oh my god! Thank you so much. Oh, sick! Give me one. That was for my birthday. Do you want to come say hi to Shay? No. Okay. She said no. This is the good-looking one from the Expo that we both agreed. No. No, she's not interested, mate. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's a good sign. You've got yourself a loyal woman there, you know? I respect that.
It's a good sign you're a loyal woman.
Well, I can see him.
She can see you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I thought they wouldn't go in the suitcase, they're a bit heavy.
Yeah. Perfect timing as well. I was getting a bit parched.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
A bit.
What are you waiting for?
You're laughing. What's
Nothing.
you said?
Nothing. He's just called you a funny name.
I just laugh at everything. Don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're done after one roof clean. We're sort of, I suppose we're not cleaning small council houses. That's probably the main difference. And yeah, we'll do one roof clean in a day, a pretty significant size, I suppose, and then I probably won't want to do another one until next week.
It's like when you go out in the lash. I don't even drink, but when you go out in the lash, you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I'll go back. Come on, one more.
Someone in the Discord actually said earlier that he's tortured himself by doing a roof scrape from a ladder, and it's going to be a while since he does that.
I don't know why too. No, listen, I do know why. I remember starting it. I remember doing it with my dad. I remember the graft that went into it. It was like, a roof scrape today. Oh, I would rather die. But it was just, by the end of it, it was just second nature. Boys, right, bang, ladder off, up you go. You do the front, I do the back. It'll take me an hour and a half. An hour and 40 minutes, 45 minutes max to do one side. And is that on a wet day as well? Well, listen, wet doesn't really change it for me, to be honest. It will be just how bad the moss is. Right. You know, when you get that real, wet does change it, but not drastically the way it would if it was that real sticky moss. It clings on to the pores of the tiles. You know that roof has just been pressure washed 10 years prior by Sadie's uncle, who went up with a GX 390 and just blasted it with a turbo nozzle for 45 minutes on one tile, But no, yeah, I should probably do a lot. That's kind of, Jake, where I want to take the business. I want to take the business to a place where I'm kind of stepping out of the role that I'm in, which is helping get orders in, helping fulfill orders, running the whole ship, making sure all of that orders go out, making sure there's no customers annoyed, making sure everybody's safe, making sure the orders are coming in. to a more of a kind of marketing role. So doing videos, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos every single day on products.
That's I think that's where you outshine your competitors, I would say, is being able to, that your format of here's the product, here's how it works, here's a price, give us a call if you need any more information. I think it's so visual and you talk so well. I think it's such a great way of marketing your products because no one else is really doing it, I don't think.
Yeah, there will be shortly, you know, and that's one thing you always need to keep in the back of your mind, that there's somebody's coming for your business, like, you know.
I think everyone else is it's a little bit too corporate still, whereas you're sort of pulling back the curtain and just showing it how it really is in its real environment. You know what I mean?
And that's what I like about Nii Clean products, is just that, like, you can lift, like, it's really funny because now I'm getting people ringing me during the day, and if normally 9 times out of 10 you'll not get me on the phone now. It'll be one of the guys at the front counter. You'll get Stevie or you'll get Ryan. You might get Harry the odd time because I'll be just sitting here pulling my hair out, wanting to freaking go home. But when you do get a customer on the phone and you go, "Hello, Nii Clean, Shay speaking, how can I help?" And they're like, "Holy, how are you getting on by?" You know, it's like if you get some boy from like the backside of Cork somewhere in Ireland and he's "Oh my goodness, lad, I watch you all the time, your videos are classic." That's special, you know. I love that. I really like that you can
the reach is insane, isn't it?
The reach is insane, you know. But that's one thing I love about it, is that you can get when a customer comes on the phone with me and they hear my voice, they immediately believe I'm their best mate. And I will completely act as if I've known you for years.
They come off the phone saying, "Who the hell was that?"
Literally, you know. But like same with you. When you're at the cleaning expo, you'll have piles of boys coming up to you and going, "Oh, Jake, how you get on, mate? Oh," like, and calling you first name basis, and Jackers, I know your wife, and your wife. Yeah, I know you like them pink Red Bulls.
Yeah, they know everything about you, but you have no idea who they are.
No idea.
It's a bit strange.
But that's the good bit about it, that you always have to remember, is that, like, you've got a second to make an impression on somebody. You know, and that's not where I want to catch a customer, is on one of my bad days. We just have to act as if everything's okay when it's not really, you know, because like it's. And I'm not saying I'm famous, because I'm nowhere near famous, not even minuscule to it.
But people know you. You're known.
You'll see me about on a Facebook post, and you might see me in a TikTok here and there. But when you actually get to meet you, I don't want to be different than what you see me on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to be the guy that sorts you out. Are you in trouble? If yes, come to me. If no, go to him.
I suppose it's got to be very difficult to manage your mood when you're spinning so many different plates, and you've got to be customer facing at the same time.
So hard, you know. Like there's this morning a customer of mine came down, Islam, who attended one of our roof cleaning courses and just spent 25 grand on cleaning equipment. You know, and I was having a pretty pants day today, to be quite honest with you. And my dad laughed at me before he left the workshop there. He goes, "You're going to sit on YouTube tonight. You'll be some crack." You know. I
said that to Soph. I literally said that at the dinner table earlier. I was like, "God, how am I going to do a live stream feeling like I'm feeling right now?"
I felt awful earlier on, mate. I'm not going to lie, but that's probably something just in life that you just have to friggin' get up and get over it, mate. You know, I thought I had loads of videos of it there. I was trying to search for it, but I don't.
No worries.
But Islam came down and got a full GX630 Mizuni hotbox, van skid, plus a 650 litre Phoenix window cleaning system, generator, gutter vac system, industrial 85. He went for an extra 100 metre high pressure hose reel. He went for 2 30-foot Nii pole hex poles, a 35-foot high pressure pole, and a 35-foot spray pole, like full rig out, and then didn't have enough room to fit a scaffold in the van, so strapped it to the roof.
Really?
So,
No way.
So, but like that's just I wasn't great this morning there, just because I just hate underperforming. It's one thing about me that I don't like. I hate leaving customers. Like at the minute, I've got about 60 Nii jets on order with customers. 60 Nii jets.
Really?
And
You just can't get them in quick enough.
Well, the problem was we had Chinese New Year, and that put me off for 4 weeks with no stock of anything. So I've got everything at the minute that I'm out of stock on is poles and Nii jets, and poles and Nii jets would be the two big ones because they were off for 4 weeks and we couldn't get them in.
Mills is asking, did your man pay on credit card?
Did your man? Yeah, he did the bollocks.
No, your customer this morning.
Oh, all right. He actually didn't. He paid a bank transfer.
Have you got anything in development? What's new for you?
Yeah, a few bits and bobs.
So I feel like you're always sort of innovating. You're always trying different things and bringing out new stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to make sure that everything we do serves a purpose for a customer.
You know, you're the first supplier I came across with the hex poles. I didn't know that was even a thing. I've seen the oval poles, the over 8s. I hadn't seen anything else until I saw yours at the Expo.
We've got this wee nifty bad boy going to the show with us. So nice wee 210 litre upright tank, GX 200 but electric start. And just mate, honestly, just a real simple van pack pressure washing skid. Put that into the back of a Berlingo, a Caddy.
It's quite skinny, isn't it? Yeah.
Really neat, really tidy.
I've got that hose reel, and I would thoroughly recommend the hose reel. It's great.
Yeah, hose reel, they're great. They're absolutely savage. What else have we got going here at the minute? They've got this heading out tomorrow to a customer. And else we've got, down here, we're actually building. They should be here. Yeah, here they are. So this is a P40. I think we're putting a P40 on this one. So it's a 450 litre up. Is that a P40 one?
That's a cool upright tank. I bet that's quite a small footprint, isn't it? 450 upright. I've not seen those before.
Really small, really small footprint. So we'll put that P40, 40 litre a minute, soft wash pump.
Say that again. 40 litres per minute.
40 litres a minute is what that is. Yeah.
At low pressure.
Well, yeah. It'll just be for applying biocides and stuff. I'll show you some videos when we go in here if I can pull them up.
That's
so
crazy.
That'll go into that one. And then this one, we're putting that's a lie. P40 is going on this one. So P40 on here.
Sorry, did you, just going back, did you say 40 or 1
40.
Can I have a little look at that pump a little bit closer? So
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose there's no, you're never going to need 40 litres a minute to put some chemical down, surely.
Well, sorry, that's actually a lie. It's 50 litres a minute.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I actually built one of these for a customer about 7 or 8 months ago, and unbelievable. Like,
is that to do car parks and stuff?
Tell you what actually he's doing now. He is running. Do you want to see it again? Do you want to see a wee bit more detail? Do you?
You're good. It's I've just never seen anything like it before. I've just I've still got an unloader valve on the top. Is that?
Yeah. Well, that's your pressure. Yeah. That's Comet P40 pump is what it is.
It looks like a Wankel engine. Looks like one of them.
Wankel engine. Yeah. What's a Wankel engine?
It's one of those Mazda RX-7.
Oh, right.
RX-8s.
The rotaries.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's all that is, that bad boy. 50 litres a minute is what the output in that bad boy is. So we actually sold it. We've sold loads of them now. I actually took one of them to the show with me last year and then sold it the week after the show.
really, really good bit of kit, but you just have to pick out your job and wait for it. So the ones that you'd be using that on, ideally like commercial, industrial soft washes, you'll wipe them out, completely wipe them out. He actually did three council house soft washes in a day at £400 a clip with that machine. You know, it's serious flow with it.
Are you putting the you and your guys? Are you putting the chemical on a roof via water-fed pole and brush, or have you got some sort of gadget that'll apply it from the tower or from the ladder or what?
So water-fed pole, but spray.
No brush on the end.
We don't brush because it takes too long.
Ah.
Plus, you don't really get. There's an argument between this, and you might see this pop off in the group chat here in a minute, that you don't really get much better results if you spray or if you brush on.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any difference because I've done a mix. So have you got a specific nozzle that's allowing you to put more chemical down quickly? Because I've found that the little 50. Sorry,
say what you were just about to say there.
I've got two little 50-degree fan jets in my brush, and I can get it on decently quick, but it would be nice if I could turn that pressure up slightly, or maybe have a wider orifice nozzle that's applying it more evenly and thicker, maybe, and quicker.
What is it that you use? What pump do you have?
Just whatever's in the backpack. It's like a 3.5 litre per minute. Little. Yeah,
well, I've got. I could send you a proper kit. Let me grab one. It's a chemical nozzle with a proper nozzle. Easy.
Okay. I have this set up from Shay. Do you do an electric soft wash pump, tank, and reel? Electric soft wash pump, tank, and reel. That's a good question.
So this is our own Nii products chemical nozzle. So basically, you know your teeth there.
That just goes on the pole.
Just goes onto your pole. That's the nozzle that we put in them. They are. Don't want to give away any of my secrets as to what not.
Yeah, no worries.
Stainless steel. I'll tell you now. 6510 nozzle. We'll put a nice wee push fit on this year.
10.
These are unreal.
So that's a 10 orifice. That's a big orifice in there. So that's.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're putting out quite a lot of product there. Then that's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the way to do it. If you don't do it like that, you'll spend either flipping half an hour spraying one side of the roof, or you'll do what you do and not want to do another roof clean for another week.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So essentially, that's a similar sort of nozzle that we'd use for like a rinse down water broom for our pressure washer, I suppose. It's like a 65-degree 10. It lets out a lot of water at fairly low pressure, but it's got a lot of volume, and so that would make a great chemical application nozzle.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be hanging around. So I was thinking, well, your arms are going to be dead at trying to hold that above the surface rather than resting the brush on the roof. But I suppose if you're doing it that much quicker...
It's not. It's really, really easy. That's one thing, again, Jake, that I want to do over the next year, have the business built up enough that I can actually go out to site and show people what our equipment does. Because that's one thing that I lack, is that I actually don't get the site to do the videos to show you exactly how it performs. You know, yeah, they are savage.
I'd like to have a look at one of those. Dusty says, do you do an electric soft wash pump, tank, and reel?
Yes, and I will have them in manufacture properly very soon. We do have it at the minute, but we primarily do it through an actual. So I can show you this.
I suppose that would be a big version of a backpack, wouldn't it? It would be basically a bigger tank, bigger pump attached to a hose reel.
So this one here, right, mind the mess of this place at the minute because we've got so much crap in here for repairs, right? But this is what my dad manufactured, and this is like type 1 prototype that's going to be put into one of our vans, but just bear with me, right? So really old pressure washer, because them boys making money is freaking hard work at the minute. And you've got your pressure washing reel here, okay? So we've got we'll start from the big bit with 4 tanks, okay? So 4 individual tanks, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ball valves on them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you've got this side of it, you've got your 2 electric window cleaning reels, and then you've got your pressure washing reel here. And sorry, let me attempt to come around here. In here's where the magic happens. So wee bit messy there at the minute because we haven't really got that much done to this, but you've got 2 pumps and 2 controllers, okay? And then you've got your blend manifold. So basically what this whole system here will allow one of our teams to do is soft wash, window clean, pressure wash, and UPVC clean.
Ooh.
All from one van.
So you've got one for tap water, one for pure water, one for biocide maybe, and one for hypo?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
And do you find that you get any degradation on if you've got like are you pre-mixing that hypo and biocide with water, or is it going in neat and then being blended with water?
In this system, you'll be putting it in mixed.
Right.
So that you'll only be turning the valve off or on.
Right.
Because you obviously don't discriminate against anybody, but like you leave one thing to somebody else that's not yourself and tell them to do it right, they'll do it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so we're trying to make this as easy as physically can for the lads, that all they have to do when they get the site is just bang, turn one off that says soap and turn one on that says hypo.
Yeah, that is super efficient, and I that's very attractive to me now. I could see how that would be much easier for the lads when I'm sending them out, rather than having to mix their own chemicals and stuff. That would be really efficient. But do you ever find that you get any negative any issues when you're pre-mixing chemicals? Say you've got a big barrel of back 50 that you've mixed with water at 1 to 20 or whatever it might be, or a big barrel of hypo that you've mixed with water at 1 to 5. Do you find that even though it's sealed in that tank, do you find it loses any efficacy over time, or do you just use it quick enough where you don't see any issues?
We use it that quick. We go through about 2 IBC cubes of back here every month.
Jesus, that's insane.
Now, there's a lot of that sold as well. I'm just seeing one of my customers saying, bring my crap repair to the front. Sam broke a bolt inside, or somebody broke a bolt inside the head of his washer. So we've got one of the lads that after we get the stuff out for the show here has to start drilling the head of a washer to try and get it out. So bit squeaky.
Risky business, yeah.
Risky business. But yeah, sorry, back to it. What did you say there? Yeah, in terms of biocide, yeah, we sell a pile of it, but we use the amount of stuff that we use is nuts.
I think I'm going to have to start pre-mixing and just giving the boys pre-mixed barrels. Just
for what reason?
I don't know. I think biocide, as long as it lasts once it's mixed with water, as long as it lasts a good few months.
Biocide will never lose its potency.
Even if it's unsealed?
No, hypo will, but
right.
Hypo, if you decant it hypo now, and then you left it out there for a week or 14 days with the lid off, it'll go down massively.
Is that increased when you mix it with water? Does it get worse? Like that time? I
don't have the exact yes or no to that, but logically speaking, that would be yes, because obviously if you're making it weaker by adding water, it's going to be. I mean,
most of the time they're putting that hypo through the X-jet anyway, so they're using it neat and it's being downstreamed and proportioned. But with the biocide, there's no reason I can't send that out pre-mixed, isn't there?
Absolutely no reason, and it will solve so many problems. It's what we're actually going to be doing here, because here's one of the problems you'll have, Jake, and back to one of the topics that we spoke on earlier, just about if you double the size of your business, you might not double the size of your profit, because you'll have men and you'll have overheads and you'll have But if you send, we will regularly come across sending a team out with a 5 litre jar back, and what I showed you earlier on, you know, the 130 litre Bowser. So like, this game is so easy, because if you just take one of our 5 litre jars back and plug it in to a 130 litre Bowser, it's like 120 or 130 litre Bowser, and you fill the rest of the Bowser up with water, you'll have a 20-to-1 mix ratio. We might have some people on there going, it's not 20-to-1 if you're filling 130 litres of water in it.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Approximately. Like, we will regularly see teams come back with half jars of biocide, but we don't have measuring jugs and vans.
Yeah. So they're just guessing.
So the math ain't math, and
yeah,
brother. You know, it's not doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, so that's part of the problem. Like you say, as you start to expand your business, it's fucking hard.
Do you have any issues with biocide settling? Or I suppose if you're driving around in the van and it's...
Yeah, well, that's part... We actually... See, did you see the mezzanine above us there when I was...
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mezzanine... This place has changed massively since we opened Nii Clean, but like up there, okay, which is just where them brown boxes are, we used to have 1,000 litre IBC cube there of pre-mixed biocide, and then over in this bay we used to have 1,000 litre of purified water.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 1,000 litre IBC, me and one of the guys always had to go up them stairs every morning and take a big long spatula with like a big fin on the end of it, like shaped like that, and dunk it right down into the bottom of the IBC cube full of biocide, because you'll have seen the biocide sitting thick on the bottom of it.
Like jelly.
Yeah, like jelly, and whisk it up. You know, so but when you're on site and you've got a Bowser with a return pipe on it, that all you have to do is put 100 litres of water in, put your 5 litres of chemical in 10 minutes before you start spraying, and turn the thing on that it's just sitting recirculating. You're sweet, you know.
Okay, that's interesting.
But you'll not lose any potency on your biocide, so don't worry about that.
I love doing this. You know what? Just when you think you get to a point where you've got you've learned a decent amount about a subject, and I feel like I can speak quite confidently on some things. Getting someone like yourself on here, it's just constant learning. It really is.
And it is, you know, and listen, someday listen, every day is a learning day for most people, you know, but you just learn so much. The industry is never ending, like, isn't it? I find that I learn more through the people that I meet rather than just trying to do aimless research. Yeah, and that's kind of one big thing that helps with us having this place in the shop, and the phone line's always open. You know, like if we have a customer that comes in and buys equipment off us or buys chemical, like you're able to just teach them there and then, this is how you mix this is how you do this.
Yeah.
No, there's no guess games with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
Are you, how are you doing for time?
No, we're sweet. We're okay, aren't we? I'm okay.
Okay. Has anyone got any questions for Shay? I feel like he's in a very, very unique position where he's both been on the tools, he's got a current fleet of guys that are on the tools still, and he sells, supplies and manufactures equipment. Would you say that's... Yeah.
Manufacture skids is what we would do. We don't manufacture actual pressure washing engines yet, but something in the pipeline for us.
Yeah, they might take a couple of minutes to come through, but if anyone's got any questions, I think this is quite a unique opportunity. Is there anything you're excited about?
Me? Yeah, I'm really excited to see where we go in the next 5 years.
Do you feel like there's a lot of expansion to happen?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find that is the Cleaning Expo, was last year your first year at the Cleaning Expo?
Yeah.
And did you find that it was worthwhile?
Is it worth it? I'll tell you in 5 days.
Okay.
Last year we hemorrhaged money at it. Absolutely hemorrhaged money. By the time we got our boats over, our accommodation, our van rent paid, the diesel paid, the hotel paid, hemorrhaged a pile of dough. We sold like, I think we sold like $5,000 of equipment, which equated to like friggin' £200 of profit. That was like,
I can imagine your having to travel over is different to a lot of other suppliers where they don't eat that cost before they've even got there.
Yeah, but what my goal is, Jake, is to show my face so that customers know that I'm not scared to stick 10 grand into something that I know I'm going to lose money on. You know, and that customers know, Jake, if that boy's had the nuts to come over here and absolutely waste his money if he doesn't get the orders, which probably will I make the money out of the Cleaning Expo in 2026? I hope so. I hope customers have seen me on TikTok enough that they'll come over and get a chat with me and we'll get them sorted with equipment.
It could be a totally different experience this year to what you had last year.
It could be, but like I've right at the minute we've got Streamline. We kind of sell everything in the island of Ireland for Streamline and for Window Cleaning Warehouse. Both of them companies. Now, for this year at the show, we are their face. We are selling. We are basically stop stuttering, Shay. Window Cleaning Warehouse are taking systems down for us to kind of promote them.
Right. Okay. So you're like their ambassador, sort of thing.
We're like their ambassador, yeah. And we're doing so much with Window Cleaning Warehouse at the minute, and we've actually got a wee kind of collab coming up here shortly. With them in their pool range.
Nice.
So that'll be really cool to see. So yeah, it's kind of nice the relationship that we've been able to build with the Cleaning Warehouse.
Well, this is another example of, instead of seeing one of your peers as a competitor, actually it's more beneficial to create a relationship with them, I suppose.
Yeah. I can see there your man saying his import tax duties to England, and no, there is not, sir. So you'll not have to worry about that. We'll take care of all of that for you. That's one thing that weirds me out, you know, because I would buy bits and bobs off Rutland, like a stainless steel rail, because we can't manufacture that yet, or whatever fitting a customer made, like a dosatron box. We've got the opportunity to take on dosatron boxes, but I haven't got the confidence in them yet. I don't like.
I feel like there's nothing stopping you from creating your own version of that with all your resources.
There's not, but I have done that. I have got my own already, and they don't work to the way I want them to. You know, you have to rely on a customer's water pressure. You know, and if you don't have that, then you have to have a booster pump. And it's just like, there's too many variables there for me to, like, I want to be able to tell a customer. That's one thing about us, Jake, that I love. You buy something and you walk out that door with it, I've used it.
Yeah.
I know you're going to be, if you do call saying, Kier, this doesn't work, I will literally be able to say to you, you're doing this wrong, do it like that, send me a photo, you got that in the wrong way, put it the other way,
yeah.
That's it. You know, which is kind of it's kind of hard when you're trying to grow the business outside of me, because you've got the likes of Stevie, who's kind of sales now, who hasn't been on the tools as much as I have. But if a customer rings up and they're asking them ample questions about a product, and he might be like, oh, I don't actually know that question. When if he just literally looked around and goes, here, what would you do? Well, I'd be able to go bang,
yeah,
you know, and answer it straight away for him.
There's a thing that I was listening to on a podcast recently, and it's just expecting that if you hire someone new, or if you come off the tools, you've got to expect that dip in knowledge, in quality standards. You've got to expect it and just push through it to come out the other side. They've got that person that replaces you have got all that learning to do before they get even halfway to the point where they're at your level. And it's a difficult thing when it's your business and you've nurtured all these customers from day one, and then you can't expect another person to come in and do exactly what you do, but you might find that someone else puts their spin on things and it's an improvement, but you don't know until you find out, do you?
We're very blessed with the guys that we've got. Like Stevie's amazing with customers, like really, really good with customers. Sometimes too good with customers, where a customer would phone up going, "Here, I dropped my trigger and I broke it. Oh, I'll get one sent out to you." You know, it's like, no, Steve, can't afford that.
Yeah, it's like £100 trigger.
You know, we can't do that, mate. But no, we're very blessed in the position that we are currently in. And listen, there's a lot of room for us to expand. I just need to get my systems right so that I can expand. Like, a lot of people don't understand that, but like right now, every single last bit of inventory that we've got out there or in the showroom that's where it is. You know, that's where my difficult part is. And about 2 months ago, we tried to flip everything over because we got a new website. It's all through Shopify, and it's class. It really is a good website now. But we tried to change everything over to Shopify so that we could stock manage, and it just really kicked me in the backside and taught me a lesson not to try and move too fast and try and sort everything out overnight.
I think you're right, though, getting systems and procedures in place so that it's super simple to say, look, this is how we do it. Half an hour to an hour's worth of training, now you understand it, rather than you're never going to know that unless you ask that question.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to be able to step back if someone else has all the information there as well.
Yeah, and like you say, it's procedures, man. It's just everything has to be regimental. You know, it has to be perfect.
And early on, when you're a one-man band, everything's up here. You're doing things on pen and paper. There's stuff that's going on in the business that no one else could know, even if they were hovering over your shoulder all day. And yeah, going from a one-man band to where you're employing people and even having someone just do quoting for you, or having someone just do the socials for you, like there's so much stuff they wouldn't have access to because most of it's up here. Trying to put those systems in place as early on as possible is something I've regretted not doing. I was saying to someone in the Discord today, they were talking about taking cash rather than card payments and stuff. Like, is anyone getting sick and tired of having to go to the bank to put cash in every week or two? And it's like, early on, all these CRM systems and customer databases and stuff were just too confusing for me, and it was just too much for me to comprehend. But I'm so glad I made the transition where I did, to start actually saving all my customers' details on the system, actually invoicing people so that I know who's paid and who hasn't. Because now that we're getting super busy and I've got other people working for me, if I was still doing it like I was before, everything would be so much more confusing. I would be just losing money left, right and centre.
Disaster. Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at some of these questions. Import tax, we've done that one. Are you at the Cleaning Expo? Yes, you are. What's the name of that grey chemical spray he showed?
Chemical applicating nozzle. Now, I don't believe it's even on the website yet. So if you want, just shoot us over a wee text and I'll be able to get you sorted with one, sir. Perfect. Apologies. We're still working on our systems.
Have you seen the big, tall, rotary nozzle surface cleaners? I work in WA State with a lot of heavy moss on flat work that can't always be surface cleaned. These turbo nozzle surface cleaners look neat.
They do look neat.
What do you think?
Yeah, they're sick, aren't they?
What do you think they'll work though?
Absolutely, they couldn't not work.
Because Ben's made it.
Well, they've been out before Ben as well, haven't they? But I think that they can't not work. Turbo nozzle is one of the best inventions that man has ever made.
Yeah.
You know, they are a cracking bit of equipment. But yeah, listen, Ben stuff's neat. Ben stuff's tidy. The only thing that they don't have is the on-site testing, but like Rutland is sick. Their products are tasty.
Yeah.
Products are really tasty, and they're a good bunch of guys. I really rate them. Listen, I really rate everybody in the industry. PWS, Rutland, AC pressure washers, Conrad and Barry, gangsters. Gangsters. That's one thing that I'll always try my best to do, is just never rub anybody up wrong, because like life's too short for that as well, you know.
Mhm.
But they're great. Everybody in the industry has kind of accepted me. And like last year at the Cleaning Expo, it was nice to just actually start meeting people that I would deal with on and off. Like, I don't buy a pile of stuff off AC, but I would buy a couple of X-Jets, and if a customer orders an X-Jet, bring that in for them. And like Rutland pumps, there's boys looking for the wee metal proportioner jets or whatever they may need, like, you know, and they're always there to help you, you know, and
Mhm.
get advice from it. You know, like I was having problems a couple of weeks ago with customers. Mizumi hotbox, could not figure out for the life of me what was wrong with it. Fitted piles of them to vans before, couldn't figure out why this thing was not working. And I was able to get Ben on the phone, direct line, was able to get Conrad on the phone, direct line, like, you know, respect to them, you know, because they didn't have to do that for me.
Yeah, and they're incredibly busy as well, which is
yeah.
to be able to take time out their day to help you out with an issue. That's a testament to them, I suppose.
Yep, it is. Good company. Good company.
Are you taking some of the chemical applicators to the Expo?
These ones, supplement, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try my best to. We're trying to get them manufactured quick enough. There's a problem at the minute. But yes, I will do my best too, sir. I will do my best.
Awesome.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to go through before we let you go? Is there any anything cool you wanted to show us, or anything you wanted to talk about? I'm easy.
What do you want to see? Is there something that you want to see, or something that you want to talk about? Pick my brain on. Not that I know everything, but I'll give it my best shot for you.
Can you explain those spacers for the little turbo devils?
The turbo devil, yeah.
I heard somebody else say they were a very bad idea.
Bad idea.
Yeah. I'll not mention any names.
Is it the same?
Yes.
So someone in our Discord the other day said they've fully made the switch now from 25-degree nozzles on their flat surface cleaner for roof cleaning, and they've switched them over to 15s, and it's massive improvement. But I suppose the next improvement you could do is to fit one of these little bad boys. Anyone else got any other questions for Shay?
So we actually don't have any built up there at the minute, Jakey. But,
That's okay.
So basically, Turbo Devil, and then we take these three nuts out of the Turbo Devil.
Yeah.
And then we put this spacer basically in between it on the top side, which raises the bar, which takes the bar back in towards the Turbo Devil itself. What that actually does is it kind of creates another. Well, that's a 10mm spacer. Actually, a 12 mil spacer.
It looks quite chunky, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so we make them quite thick. And basically, what that'll stop is it'll stop your jets rattling off a tile and breaking the Turbo Devil, because that's one big thing about the Turbo Devils is that if you hit a tile with it, you normally end up scattering the bearing on the inside of it, and then you've just spent 350 quid for absolutely no reason at all. Yeah,
we tried ours once on profile tiles, and just every couple of minutes it was clanging off the corner of the tile, and I could see the notes of money just disappearing into thin air. I was thinking, I'm gonna have to replace this by the end of this one job.
They're good. They're very, very good. We've had them on site quite a bit there, and a lot of our customers have bought them and they like them so far. So yeah, it's good.
Do your boys do mainly roof scrapes, or do they do pressure washing as well?
Well, we do everything, right from pressure washing to roof cleaning, soft washing, like any exterior cleaning. We've actually just finished one of our biggest contracts in Belfast. It It was a massive pressure washing job, at like a large industrial building. It was like, how many months was it? Was it 4 months with 4 months with 2 teams on it? 4 months with 2 teams on it. So yeah, listen, we just do everything exterior cleaning. Doesn't matter what it is, we'll do it.
Steve says, really? That's why I won't buy a Turbo Devil. We've hit so many tiles with the Mossmatic and it just laughs it off. The bearings in the Turbo Devil are very sensitive. Oh, so have you had much experience with the difference between the Mossmatics and the Turbo Devils? Have you?
They're made in the same factory.
Are they? Just different bearings?
As far as I know, I don't even know.
I'm sure Ben at Rutland Pumps said that they do have different bearings, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, unless they've possibly changed back. There was actually a customer of ours that came in. They were a couple of weeks ago. We stripped his apart, and his was the exact same. So they're just a wet bearing, or sorry, a dry bearing. Is all it. It's just a dry bearing the inside. Yeah. But that's like, realistically, think about this. If you're spinning at 1,000 RPM and you hit a tile yourself, you're not going to be in good nick. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It's not going to be ideal.
More questions about your grey chemical sprayer. What's the price on that grey chemical sprayer? Do you know off the top of your head?
You'll have just your sprayer plus just your spray will be 40 quid plus of that. So
has it got the little bit for the hose to go into the back of it as well? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I need one of those.
Yeah, I'll get you sorted.
You can't get it me for no, it's alright, it doesn't matter. The boys have got a big render job on Wednesday and I think it'd be cool to have it for the render job, but
what day are we today? We're Monday. I'll get your bits and bobs off tomorrow and then you'll have it for Thursday. So
okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You'll not have it for Wednesday, but
that's alright, don't worry.
Thursday helps.
Thank you. I'm normally they're pretty much the same. I mean, it's a 12-inch surface cleaner, but the bearings seem to go quicker in the Turbo Devil. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I do think that we've been using Turbo Devil right from the start. Well, sorry, that's a lie. We were using Whirlaway yellow plastic BE Whirlaways. Again, good bit of kit, but for steam, not ideal.
Yeah.
Like Turbo Devils, people just have to understand, Jake, and that's one thing about the UK market. It's just that we expect that when you buy something, Jake, that's going to last me years. It's not, mate.
They're almost consumables, aren't
they? See these pumps, right? These are common, well-known pumps in the US market as well, right? If you ask the person in USA after they've installed it into their soft wash setup, how long is that going to last you? You will 100% get an answer of, you make it 3 months, you make it 6 months, but it'll make its money back. If you ask somebody in UK, here, how much did you spend on that? Oh, Jakers, I spent that whole system cost me £4,000 plus the VAT. Jakers, how much is a replacement pump? Oh, £250 plus the VAT. Jake, how long do you think that's going to last you? Oh, that'll last me 2, 3, 4 years. No, it won't, mate. You know, that's the only bit about UK
expectations.
Yeah. That's just what it is. You know, it's expectations versus reality. How long is that going to last you? It's going to probably last you 6 months, but you're going to have 60 grand of soft washes done by the time you've that done.
Yeah, I think that was my unreasonable expectation when I started up. Is I thought I've bought all my equipment now. I've bought my van. I've got my new pressure washer. I don't need to buy anything else. That's it. It's just fuel now. And that was so naive of me because stuff breaks all the time and you need to service stuff all the time and it's an ongoing cost, which you don't really factor in when you first start, I don't think.
Yeah. And that's just what it is, but it takes that learning. And that, listen, we're 9 years down the line. Like we're still struggling with kit, you know, but I'm a firm believer, like we've started selling a lot more van mounted rigs. But people think they look at the price of like a pressure washing setup and it's like £5,250 plus the VAT for a GX390 with 2 reels, custom built tank inside it, your ball valve and a fill reel and a high pressure reel. and they're going, Checkers, oh no, I wouldn't be spending that when you can buy the same setup for $3,500. Yeah, but you have to also understand that, see the time that takes off your cleans.
Yeah, you're not buying that for $3,500 anywhere else the same, mounted in the van. You could potentially do it all separately and be faffing about for 15-20 minutes before you've even started the job.
That's it. I seen a comment earlier on from the customer that bought the P40, Jimmy McSebney. He bought one of them P40 pumps, but he wiping out jobs with it, just, But I have another customer that I did a quite good video on. He actually not even one of our customers now, a very good friend of mine, had a bit of a rough patch, and he went to fill up one of the petrol tanks in his GX390 in the back of the van. Had the side door open and the back door open, and when he went to undo the petrol cap, it was just a real blustery windy day. The petrol got sucked out of the petrol tank and touched the exhaust, and the flipping whole thing went up in flames, and he ended up coming to us, and we got him a van sorted and a full custom rig. So Mazzoni hotbox, GX390, 460 litre tank, just mounted everything in the van ready to go. He works alongside another guy, and they would do a council house roof clean together, and the boy would go to the back, and big Matt will go to the front, and by the time Matt has the full front done, up on his tower, has the full front done, and comes back down the tower and walks around the back, your man's only got a third of the back done, because he spent 30 minutes setting up his pressure washer and his rail and his buffer tank and his, and but the tank gives off is nuts, and you don't wreck half the amount of equipment.
Yes. Yeah, that's a massive thing I noticed, not having to lift the machine in and out of the van every day, not having the buffer tank bouncing off the ground when it comes out the tank and messing up all the fittings on the bottom, and just having everything, not going rusty because it's not exposed to the elements. Yeah,
so it helps massively, and that's the way the whole industry is going to go. You're not in 5 years time, I am a firm believer that you're not going to rock up to somebody's house with a pressure washer, a buffer tank, a rail and a hose and go, hi, I'm here to pressure wash your yard for 300 quid. They're going to look at you and laugh,
The wheelie bin buffer tank is still quite funny to me that's industry standard, that we're using a wheelie bin on someone's drive to fill up water.
And we sell so many of them too.
It's just funny, isn't it? The look of it.
It's nuts, but it's something that it solves a problem.
Yeah.
Man doesn't how are you gonna knock over a 200 litre tank like that one over there without making a complete and utter hems of it?
Yeah.
You would still make a hems of knocking over a 200 litre bin, but at least it's a bin and not a big rigid tank with nothing to pull it about with and no wheels. And
do you think we're just gonna head in the same direction as the Americans, because we seem to copy a lot of what they do? Absolutely.
But it's just life, isn't it? We are 10 years behind America in everything that we do. You've got Gary Vaynerchuk there that is giving off unbelievable information that if half the people would listen to it, they will in 10 years time find themselves a multi-millionaire. Yes, absolutely, we will. And that is, me and my dad were trying to look at it a couple of weeks ago about going over to America to that big cleaning expo that they've got over there, but I think I'm away at that point, so I'll not get this year, but we'll try and go next year because nobody's doing it here yet. We're not bridging into that American market the way they have nailed it.
James says, how long and what length of time would you get with a chemical pump you added to the big boy?
Well, I started selling them nearly a year ago to the date, because it was literally just after the show, because you'd asked me at the show last year, would you be able to get me a wee tank and build it around a wee trolley or something like that? The problem with them is there's, for the amount of time that I would have to put one of my boys onto that, there'd be no profit in it.
Yeah.
There would just be no profit. And if you're looking at something that's worth 600 quid and working really good with an acid pump, it's just not doable. Like a V16 controller, 110 quid. £110 pump, £110 tank, £100 trolley, £100. We're at £400 here, and I haven't factored in it's going to take a man 4 hours, 5 hours to build it. A battery, the cable, there's just no dough in that kind of thing. But yes, we've had them in the market now nearly a year, and they are performing great. I haven't had one back. I have not had one back near me, which is great.
I've been in business just over a year, and I'm on my third 4 gallon per minute machine due to manufacturing issues, the engine failures, things like that. Have a second backup now at least. Thanks for this chat, guys. No worries, Tristan. I'm guessing Tristan's from the US, speaking in gallons per minute. You use litres per minute, didn't you?
Yeah. We use the proper one,
Can you get sealed bearings for the Turbo Devil as a replacement ones have a too big space between them? I don't know.
You can. We've done a few of them. The only problem you've got is that when you replace the bearings on them, they just never seem to last the same amount of time as they do when they were new. And I still don't really understand it. I would love to, but I just need a wee bit more time to dig into them and see why that would be. But they're really just perfectly mounted in there. That
Shay, I've got to be up at 4:30 in the morning to catch my flight. So
where are you off to? You're off on honeymoon, aren't you?
yeah, we're going to Morzine skiing, France. So
Lovely. Enjoy it.
should we call it here?
Absolutely. No
And
problem.
I think there's still plenty to talk about. If we were to get you on again at some point, I think that'd be really useful. Maybe after the Expo.
Not a problem at all. Just you shout and I'll do my best.
All right, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. I think this has been
No
very
problem.
insightful.
No problem at all. If you need me, just give me a shout. You know where I'm at.
So it's Nii Clean. What's the website?
NII Clean Products. It's 2 I's. Just remember that. NIICleanProducts.co.uk.
And your socials, Nii Clean.
Socials, just Nii Clean Products. NII Clean Products. And then tomorrow, if anybody that's watching this is not on Smout's Discord, you need to get onto it because we'll drop a wee discount code on it tomorrow. How about that?
Ooh, that's cheeky. I wasn't expecting that. How about that then, guys? Exclusive. Mate, thank you so much for joining us, and I really appreciate your time. I know it's a long day for you today, so thank you so much.
I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for having me on.
All right, mate. Have a good week.
Right,
I hope the Expo goes well for you.
Have a lovely honeymoon. I'm sure you'll have a little bit more fun than I'll be having.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll try. Hopefully, don't break my ankles skiing. But cheers, mate.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right, mate. Stay safe.
See you later.
Thanks, boss. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was nice, weren't it, guys? You're right. That was good timing.
Are you coming off?
I am.
Can't find the luggage scales.
Okay, I'll come and help you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I think that was a great episode. We like a bit of Shay. We'll have to get him on more often. Just easy to talk to. Super nice guy. I hope you guys that are going to the Expo, hope you have a great time. I'm sad that I can't make it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rude.
No, I mean, I'm happy that I'm going to my honeymoon. Sad that I can't make the Expo. I'm going to go pack. I haven't even packed.
I've got to be up at 4:30.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a great week. See you next week.